We're not anyone to them.
Deborah and Chris Hall don't sleep very well, though it's better now. Nightmares that used to keep them awake for days now keep them up for hours.
They first got in the truck and opened the back door. Our son said, "Oh my God, please no God." And if I live to be 100, I will always hear that tone in his voice.
Deborah and her husband live near San Diego, and for years since their teens, they've been driving into Mexico to vacation. But they'll never go back again. Not now, not after their last trip. The Halls were driving along this road in Mexico, just about 7 miles from the U.S. border. It was a cold, foggy November night, shortly before midnight, when they suddenly saw flashing lights in their rearview mirror. They thought it was police, so they pulled over. Within seconds, they were surrounded by 10 masked gunmen, all dressed in black, pointing guns at their heads.
And they said, "We're getting in, shut up, put your heads down, we're going to kill you."
The Halls were pulling a camper that was covered with race car stickers, and the gunmen demanded to know where the race car was, a prize that could have been traded for cash or drugs. The Halls say their abductors drove them about a mile or so into the hills. They demanded jewelry, including Deborah's wedding ring, and they ripped the radio and navigation system out of their truck. Then they told them all to kneel face down in a ditch. The gunmen covered them with a sleeping bag.
I thought they were going to kill us and that they were covering us up with a sleeping bag so that they wouldn't get blood on them.
I tried to cover my daughter with my body to protect her.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I just kept telling her sorry.
I really thought we weren't coming home. And I was kind of facing my own mortality. I was okay with the fact that I was with them, and that if it was my time to go, it was my time to go, and at least I was with my family, and I knew that they knew I loved them, and I knew that they loved me too.
They were face down in a ditch, waiting to be executed. Time passed slowly, until suddenly the Halls realized they were alone. The gunmen had left in their truck. It took them 2 hours to walk to a town. Baja police drove them back across the border. The Halls had no money and no ID when they got to this McDonald's on the U.S. side of the border. They told me someone gave them a quarter so they could use a payphone and call a relative to pick them up. They filed a report with the San Diego police and this one with the Mexican consulate. But the men who terrorized the family were never caught. Even worse, the gunmen know where they live. They stole their driver's licenses. Aware that cartel hitmen are striking on the U.S. side of the border, they don't feel safe. It's as if fear is always stalking them. And still, they feel like they lost much more.
You'll never go back.
No, no way. No way. And that's sad.
The country they loved, stolen from them in the middle of the night on a Mexican highway. Randy Kay, CNN, on the U.S.-Mexico border.